Okay, here we go. Today we have Genesis Foxtrot. Was released on September 15th, 1972. This is the reason we like prog. Albums like this. It has 6 songs. It's about 51 minutes. A longer record for Genesis compared to Trespass and Nursery Crimes. It's produced by David Hitchcock and Genesis. And this is the first time that Genesis is listed as producer or co-producer. And the album cover again is by Paul Whitehead. We got a fox person wearing a red dress and standing on an iceberg, like Elf, in the water or ocean or wherever. There's a whale in the water, I think, and there's white caps or waves. See, it's kind of windy out, and there's a beach over here, and I'm not sure what this is on the beach, but we got mountains in the background and blue skies and some clouds. You see there's some clouds in there, and it says Genesis in this weird font and Foxtrot in sort of like a cursive font. And I don't know what this is right here. Do you guys know what that is? Is that a submarine? Maybe it's a submarine. On the back is a cover. The back cover is men on horses, and I think these are fox hunters. And they got the hounds here. They're on the beach. There's the water, and is that a trout or a salmon here? And the gatefold, yeah. Oh, by the way, did you see this? It says "Made in Germany." The gatefold has the lyrics and the clouds, and it's red on the bottom. And I don't know why there's a rainbow here. And that looks like outer space. And you got pictures of the band. And, of course, the band is Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, Tony Banks, Hackett, and Mike Rutherford. And this is a remaster. Like I said, it says Made in Germany, and it's dated 2008. I purchased this. This is new to me. I purchased it on February 11th, 2025. The disc has one of these labels on it like this, and you can tell it's a Rhino. I think Rhino is a subsidiary of Atlantic, or maybe it was, but that's the label. And I don't know. The thing about newer CDs like this, where you have the cardboard sleeve, it's hard to get the CD in and out of the sleeve. So once I put it in there, I'm not going to take it out for a while because I'm paranoid of scratching it. And then, this is the little insert that came with it. It's got a better version of the lyrics. So what I did was I followed along with the lyrics in the book. And this one is in order, unlike Nursery Crimes, which is the songs are out of order. This one's in order. And you can clearly see where are the verses and the bridges and stuff. And on the last page, you got the red, just like on the gatefold sleeve. See that? Remember that? Okay. So that's that. What does it sound like? It sounds like Mellotron, acoustic guitars, electric guitars, drums, arpeggios, triplets, quadruplets, flutes. Don't be fooled by this one. This is prog. And it's 100% prog. It's nothing else. It's prog. This is what prog is all about. And there's 9/8 time signatures and random chords and random keys, and I'm sure they're all carefully selected, the chords, but it's a terrific album, and the payoff is supper's ready at the end. And with let's get right into it. I don't want to take up too much time. Track number 1 is Watcher of the Skies. It's 7 minutes and 24 seconds. The first thing you hear on the album is Mellotron. And so we're already off to a perfect start. Watcher of the Skies is in the key of C sharp major, 7 sharps. And again, shout out to YouTuber Electric Hob, who did a great job on the score for these. And I wonder how he does that. He must use a MIDI software or something. 72 beats per minute, and much of it is in 6/4 time. The entire song is 108 bars, as scored by Electric Hob. And if you watch the chords being played, most of them are in C sharp scale, especially during the singing parts. But there are some random chords in there throughout the song just because it's prog. And the intro is 38 bars of chords and da 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 da. And the verse is Watcher of the Skies, Watcher of all. It's about 70 beats or about 11 or 12 bars in 6/4. It's actually easy. When you get like prog albums like this, it's easier to just count out the number of beats than it is to count out the measures because golly, it's hard. It is hard when you got time signatures like these. The second verse is creatures shaped this planet's soil. It's about 70 beats again. And then there's a jam which runs from 3:54 to 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Just a quick one, about 24 seconds. Then the third verse comes back. Judge not this race by empty means. It's about 48 beats. It's 8 bars, and then 8 bars in that 6/4 time signature. Then you've got verse 4, from life alone to life as one, 70 beats or about 12 bars, and then there's another jam of 8 bars, and then the fifth verse is the final verse. Sadly, now your thoughts turn into stars. It's 45 beats or about 8 bars. And then the outro, the outro goes from bar 84 to the end, bar 108. It's about 24 bars. It's like the beginning. Dot 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 dot, and then the whole note chords, and then that's the end of the song. The second track is called Timetable. It's 4 minutes and 47 seconds. The song starts with a piano introduction, and then it goes into this swinging melody. The verses are real swingy, and the choruses are big and grand. Why? So it goes verse, chorus, bridge, instrumental, verse, chorus, bridge, instrumental. Pretty solid song structure for a prog song, but it's still very proggy. It's in the key of A flat major, as scored by Electric Hob. And the intro is in 3/2 time, and then it switches to 4/4 time. It's 4 bars total of eighth notes, like dot 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 dot, and then dot 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 dot. The verse is a dusty table, musty smells. A dusty table, musty smell. It's 8 bars, and it's real swingy as I described. And then the chorus is, why can we never be sure till we die? About 14 bars. There's some 2/4 and 3/4 bars in there. And like I said, it's a big grandiose chorus. And then the bridges, it seems because through time and space, though names may change each face. Peter Gabriel, I don't always love his lyrics, but he makes things rhyme. And he's just got a weird cadence to how he writes these things and how he sings them. Though names may change, each face retains the mask at war. It's 8 bars. And then there's 2 instrumentals. The instrumentals are the same. They run from bar 35 to bar 46, and they repeat. So it's 12 bars. And it's the first one is from 1:45 to 2 minutes and 17 seconds. And then the second one is after the second bridge. So, remember, it's verse, chorus, bridge, instrumental, verse, chorus, bridge, instrumental. And the instrumentals are in F sharp major before they end in A flat, same as the first instrumental. Okay. Track 3 is called "Get 'Em Out by Friday." It's 8 minutes and 38 seconds. When I hear, a lot of things cross my mind when I hear this song. I think it sounds like Yes, Mirror to the Sky album, which just came out a couple of years ago. Not the whole song, just the intro. And the rest of it sounds like quintessential Genesis or Prototype. Anyway, I found the sheet music at Sheet Music Plus. It's scored in E major at 85 beats per minute. The time signatures change from 12/8 to 6/8. And that's why it feels like a lot of triplets and odd changes as you listen to it. And this is a sneaky song. It's another one of these grand story songs like Harold the Barrel on Nursery Crimes, but this is a much better song than Harold the Barrel. The intro is 41 seconds, and then this is one of these where they're singing and it's characters. So the first character is John Pebble. Get 'em out by Friday, you don't get paid till the last one's well on his way. It's 7 bars. And then there's a instrumental, a quick passage of a few bars of arpeggiated electric guitar. After that, Mark Hall steps in. I represent a firm of gentlemen who recently purchased this house. It's 8 bars. And then Mrs. Barrow, oh no, I can't believe that's 6 bars. And then Mr. Pebble, get 'em out by Friday. I've told you before, it's 14 bars with some instrumental bars at the end. And then Mrs. Barrow comes back. After all this time, they asked us to leave, and I told them we could pay double the rent. It's a slower tempo, about 32 bars. It's a long part of the song. And then Mr. Pebble comes back. Now we've got them. I've always said that it's 8 bars. And then Mr. Hall. Uh, Here we are in Harlow, Newtown. Did you recognize your block over there? It's 8 bars. And then Mrs. Barrow. Oh no, this I can't believe. Oh Mary, and we agreed to leave. It's 8 bars. And then after all that, then there's this cool jam led by Steve Hackett at around the 4 minute mark until about 6:06. The tempo slows down after about 30 seconds, and the bass takes over the rhythm of the song from the keyboards. And then there's this real cool flute solo in there. It's on top of a cool bass line with the tempo slows down. Dum, 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 dum. It does that. And then after the jam, this is where it fast forwards the song to the year 2012. So September 18th, 2012, TV flash on all dial-a-program services. This is an announcement from Genetic Control, and he kind of says it all robotic. It's my sad duty to inform you of a 4-foot restriction on humanoid height. Very slow tempo of only 10 beats. And then another quick flute jam from 7:04 to 7:26, about 22 seconds total. And then we go to the Sir John de Pebble of United Black Springs International. I think I fixed a new deal, a dozen properties. It's 8 bars at a fast tempo. And then the last part of the song is St. Peter of Rock Developments Limited. With land in your hand, you'll be happy on earth, and invest in your church for your heaven. It's about 9 beats at a slow tempo, and they hold on to the note for heaven. And then the ending has this real pretty keyboard chord. It's a Get 'Em Out Friday it's a cool song, and it's cool. Track 4 is Can Utility and the Coastliners. 5 minutes and 48 seconds. It's my sneaky favorite track on the album. It's in D major, and some sections of the song are in F major. The keyboard jam is in B major, and shout out to YouTuber Christian Schoenberger, or Shaneberger. I'm not sure how you say that, but it's he did an awesome job of doing the sheet music score, so you can listen to it and look at the sheet music at the same time. And intro, 3 verses. Verse, 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 break, bridge, break, verse, outro. That's the song, okay? And it's almost like 2 songs, really, when you think about it. The intro is 3 bars. And then the first verse is, the scattered pages of a book by the sea held by the sand, washed by the waves. 10 bars. The second verse, they told of one who tired of all singing, praise him, it's 10 bars. And then the third verse is, far from the north, overcast ranks, advance, fear from the storm, accusing with rage and scorn. Good rhyming, and it's 10 bars. Then the best parts of this song are the breaks and the bridges. Okay, so the first break runs from 1:44 to 3:13. It's about a minute and a half, and starts out with some pretty acoustic guitar by Hackett before giving away to a powerful jam at the 2-minute 12-second mark in F major. Lots of mellotron and big bass underneath it. After that, we go to the bridge, but he forced a smile even though his hopes lay dashed where offerings fell, where they fell about 4 bars. It's 4 bars of singing and then 20 bars of jamming until the real break starts at about 4 minutes and 11 seconds. So you get like a 20 bars of jam, and then the real break at 4:11 in B major, mostly in 4/4 time. After about 24 bars of that bridge, the jam is the keyboard, typical awesome Banks driven jam. The and then it gets led by Hackett around the 4:40 mark, and it ends at 4 minutes and 57 seconds, and the whole jam lasts about 46 seconds. It's really, I hate to compare to Yes, but a lot of Genesis reminds me of Yes, even King Crimson at times, with all the mellotron. And probably that's why I really like the song. Verse 5 is nothing can my peace destroy as long as none smile. like 12 bars, but lots of riffraff and time changes and key changes in there. But Can Utility is it's the coolest number on the album. Even if it isn't the big payoff, it's the funnest part. Track 5 is Horizons. It's 1 minute and 42 seconds. Very short. If you have this on vinyl from the 70s, this is the first song on side B, so you'd like flip it over. You're all chomping at the bit for Supper's Ready, and then Horizons comes up. It's in G major, 104 beats. Shout out to Electric Hob. It's an instrumental, and it's an acoustic guitar piece led by Steve Hackett. Dot, 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 dot. It kind of does that. I don't want to compare it to anything else, but there's some... I could make some comparisons, but I won't. I'll just skip it. The track 6 is Supper's Ready. 2 minutes and 54 seconds. It's an epic. It's probably their longest song, and it's also on Seconds Out, which is the version that I'm more familiar with. But it's pretty cool on here. It's in a lot of it's in 9/8 time. It starts in 9/8 time at the beginning, and this track is divided into a bunch of different sections. So section A, or the first section, is Lover's Leap. It's in B major, but there's a lot of chords in there that don't make sense, a la Prague. And Lover's Leap runs to the 3 minute 47 second mark. The verse 1 is walking across the sitting room, I turn the television off. It's 24 bars. And you know the verses end with this "Hey baby" part. That comes back at the end. I'll cover that at the end. Verse 2 is coming closer with our eyes. A distance falls around our bodies. It's also 24 bars. And then there's a bridge in Lover's Leap. I've been so far from here, far from your warm arms. It's 12 bars. And then the last part of the song is an instrumental break. Starts at about the 2 minute mark. Hackett in the lead, and they're singing "Ah." And I also hear some light flute and some light keyboard melodies. The track, the B part, or the second part of the song, the Guaranteed Eternal Sanctuary Man, runs from 348 to 543. Begins and ends with A minor chords, and like most things in this era, Genesis, this song features Banks and Gabriel. Seems like a big standard rock tempo, and it also comes back around at the end. The intro is, I know a farmer who looks with the farm with water clear. He cares for all his harvest. It's 12 bars. And then that's like I'll call that the intro. And then the first verse of the Guaranteed Eternal Sanctuary Man is, can't you see he's fooled you all? Yes, he's here again. And it's 16 bars. And then the second verse is also 16 bars. Look into my mouth, he cries, and all the children lost, drowned many paths. I'm having a hurt. The outro is, we will rock you little snake, we will keep you snug and warm. It's 5 minutes and 35 seconds for, it starts at the 5 minutes and 35 second part of the song, and the outro would only last for 9 seconds. The third part of Supper's Ready is Ignatin and Itzaken and their band of merry men. It goes from 544 to 942. Starts with flute and arpeggiated guitars. And the intro starts in A minor, and the verses are mostly in C and D. The best parts of Ignatin, I'm not even sure, is it Ignatin? The best part of the third part is the quick keyboard jam after the first verse and the guitar solo. The first verse is wearing feelings on our faces while our faces look a rest. It's 12 bars. And then that jam starts. It's runs from 636 to 649, and it's a real keyboard heavy. And then the second verse is fights begun. They've been released, killing foe for peace, about 18 bars. Then there's a guitar solo that runs from 7 minutes and 25 seconds to 8:33. It's an electric guitar solo. It starts with triplets and quadruplets. Whatever they are. They're happening so fast, and it starts around the 8 minute 5 second mark. And then that goes into the third verse. Today is a day to celebrate, the foe have met their fate. It's 16 bars. And then after that third verse is an instrumental break. Acts more like a transition to the next piece, which is part D, or the fourth part. How Dare I Be So Beautiful? It runs from 9:43 to 11:04. This part of the song is one long verse of Peter singing to some background keyboards. And the verse goes, Wandering in the chaos the battle has left, we climb up a mountain of human flesh. And that goes for like a less than a minute and a half. The fifth part of Supper's Ready is called Willow Farm, or Part E. It runs from 11:05 to 15:36. This is the most abrupt change in the song as it takes on a quicker marching tempo after the percussionless keyboard-only section before it, How Dare I Be So Beautiful. Bump, 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 bump. It's got a real stomping beat to it. And I think I'd read that this was going to be a different song, but they included this as part of Supper's Ready. Verse 1 is, if you go down to Willow Farm to look for butterflies or flutterbys or gutterflies, it's 58 beats. And then verse 2, there's Winston Churchill dressed in drag, it's 52 beats. And then the bridge is, we've got everything, we're growing everything, we got some in, we've got everything. Dun, 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 dun. It does that. It's 44 beats, and I like that part. It's the third verse is feel your body melt, mum to mud to mad to dad. It's 54 beats, and then the fourth verse is, and as you listen to my voice, oh na na, to look for hidden windows, tidy floors, more applause, na na na. It's 56 beats, and then the outro runs from 13:37 to 15:35. More solemn synth with some guitar sounds on top of it. Sort of trippy for Genesis, like more what you'd expect from a Floyd album, but it works. And then there's a flute solo that starts around the 14 minute 20-second mark. And it seems like the flute solo part is in 4/4 time. Now the next part of Supper's Ready is called Apocalypse in 9/8, and we go back to 9/8 time signature, which is a pretty abrupt change from the 4/4 time of the flute solo. Co-starring the delicious talents of Gabble Ratchet. 15:36 to 20:50, so it's about it's over 5 minutes. Verse 1 is, with the guards of Magog swarming around, the Pied Piper takes his children underground. It's 54 beats, which is 6 bars in 9/8 time. The instrumental break goes from 16:13 to 18:51, about 2 minutes and 38 seconds. This is mainly a keyboard solo with a lot of triplets, as you'd expect being in 9/8 time. The quadruplets start around 7 minutes and 20 seconds. And there's a big thumping bass behind it too. At 17:57, the keyboard sound changes to something more like a electric piano. I can't quite find the exact sound of that on my old Yamaha, but it's got that. It's got a bright, happy sound to it. Verse 2 is 666 is no longer alone. He's getting out the marrow in your backbone. That's the devil, I guess. He's singing about the apocalypse, right? It's 93 beats before the flute comes back and then the reprise. A reprise of the chorus from the very first 2 verses. And it's, hey, babe, with your guardian eye so blue. That's the reprise. And then it's the bridge from part 1. I've been so far from here, far from your loving arms. This is part of the song Peter kind of shouts out. And rather than, like in the first part, he's singing it, this part he's like stronger, almost shouting it out. And the reprise, it's grander, bigger, slower than during the Lover's Leap section part of the song. It's just got more oomph to it, which is what you would expect, really, when you're coming to the big grand conclusion of the song. Part G is the final part, as sure as eggs, aching men's feet. It runs from 20 minutes and 51 seconds to the end, 22:54, revisiting the melodies from Part B, the Guaranteed Eternal Sanctuary Man. Verse 1 is, can't you feel our souls ignite, shedding ever-changing colors? And then verse 2 is, there's an angel standing in the sun and he's crying a loud voice. The instrumental outro, it's real quick. And that's Supper's Ready, which is, I think, is it retelling the story of a biblical story, probably of Revelation? I know, obviously he's singing about the apocalypse at the end, so it's got to be Revelation. It's Genesis. I mean, what do you expect? Supper's Ready is, it's awesome. It's not my favorite part of the album, but it's not far behind. I just like the happiness of Can Utility, But Supper's Ready is one of the great epic, longer than 18-minute prog songs. It's awesome. All right, let's go to the big summary. Foxtrot sales are 215,000. Now that's probably double the last two albums, not combined, but each of them. I mean, Nursery Crime was like 100,000 something. So this one sold better. It's number 18 on the Genesis album list. I mean, of course, it's not going to sell as big as their big 80s and 90s pop ones, but the sales numbers are improving. It did 100,000 in France, but it didn't get there until 1977. Oh, gosh. That's a long time. That's like 5 years, right? From 72? 100K in the UK, but it didn't sell 100K until 2020. I mean, that's only a few years ago. Jeez. That's almost like 50 years it took to get to 100K. 15,000 in Portugal. Now, so consider that when we talk about the ratings. ProgArchives.com gives it a 4.62. God damn, that is high. 72% of the raters on Prog Archives gave it 5 stars. And another 21% gave it 4 stars. So that's 93% of mostly 5 and 4 star ratings. I mean, that is high. That should tell you something about this album and where it stands amongst prog rock fans. AllMusic.com even gave it 5 stars. Their Genesis guy, Stephen Thomas Erstwhile, said, "The rare rock art album that excels at both the AR and the rock." Or the art and the rock. Sorry, that was a typo. And it's a pinnacle of the genre and decade because of it. I mean, what bigger praise can you give it than that? Saying it hits the mark at both art rock and rock. Although I don't really see this as a rock and roll album. To me, it's like prog rock. You could call it art rock. I mean, that's what Genesis is, right? But it's this is top notch prog. Rolling Stone gave it 3 stars. I couldn't find the write up. I looked for it. It's not available anymore. I wish I had a Rolling Stone book. Although I don't know why. Like I don't need. I mean, people just default to Rolling Stone, but it doesn't matter. They don't like prog anyway. This is the best Genesis album. At least it's my favorite. Maybe not the best, but it's my favorite. This is the reason we like prog. Albums like this. Okay? That's it. It does remind me of Yes. There's passages in it like that remind me of Astral Traveler. Songs like that. But great album. Okay, what's next? Next on the channel. Before we get into that, if you like this, you can hit like. And if you like my work, I mean, I just do this for fun. It's not really work. But if you like it, you can like and subscribe. And if you have a comment, you can leave a comment. I still like reading your comments. I've been getting them every day lately. And I've been trying to punch out more videos because I can right now. So if I have an opportunity to, I will. And so if you like it. If you like what you heard or you want to make an argument, leave a comment. Or if you want to correct me. Someone corrected me because I typed in the wrong date on... I went back and looked. I had the wrong date on Gene Simmons and on Nursery Crime. I said it right, and I wrote it down right. I just typed it in wrong in the YouTube header spot. So that was my bad. I fixed it right away. Next up on the channel is Kiss Ace Frehley, and then after that I'll do Genesis Selling England by the Pound. All right, I'm out. Thank you.